time for another test of a wheel cleaner. This one is Autoglym and their fairly new Magma product. So I'm going to use this for the wheels. A bit skanky, as you can see, plenty of brake dust on there, so usual thing, spray on, and let's see how well this stuff works. Easier to trigger than the Auto Finesse, which is good. Possibly a bit of a quicker action on this one. You can see it's already beginning to work. So yeah, really starting to work. I'll give this a few minutes and then we'll agitate with the brush and we'll see what happens. So I'm running this on the next wheel now, and as you can see it's coming off beautifully in a lovely dark purple. So it's doing something. Hopefully it's safe on plastics because I've replaced the wheel nut covers. Yeah, you can use this on bodywork, glass, so it's obviously safe for rubber. And this stuff seems to be working a lot quicker than the Auto Finesse iron out, which is good. I mean, that's excellent. Let's move on to the next. As you can see, here's a before. It doesn't take very long to start working. This is the rear, so it's not quite as bad. You can already see some action going on there. So, very impressive. And there we go, yep. Literally within a minute, it's working away. First wheel's had a couple of minutes, and as you can see, it's coming off nicely. Oh yeah, lovely. It's kind of leaving a little bit of a greasy mix at the end, but it's certainly loosening off the brake dust. As you can see there, it's all nice and loose. So I'm hoping with a bit of water in a minute this will just float off. Now these wheels compared to the last ones are in quite good nick, so I'd like to try and keep them in good condition, but hopefully this will minimise any corrosion or anything eating away at the alloy. Oh, look at that on the floor. Amazing. Unfortunately there's more spokes on these wheels and they're a lot more detailed or angled, so it's a lot more difficult to clean them up, but yeah, looks alright, doesn't it? You do seem to use quite a bit. I already feel I've lost a quarter of this stuff, so it doesn't last long. And over £10 a bottle, it's not going to be the cheapest thing to use, but I don't know, maybe that's where Auto Finesse works a little bit better. Comes out in a finer spray, covers a bit better, and then you use a lot less. But oh, look at that. It's definitely worked on something. All that brake dust and contaminants that was stuck to these wheels. Get right in there. Right, let's give it a rinse. at that. Pretty good. Anywhere I've missed with the brush, there's some bits left over. Very impressive. Let's get the brush. So, I would say a very good product. Definitely works as you'd expect, though this isn't going to last very long because I've used a fair bit of this stuff already, and you know, it doesn't seem to last for more than, I don't know, you'll probably get several washes, but it seems to have gone down quickly. By the way, this is a cheap little tool which I picked up. I don't have a cartridge power washer or equivalent, so I've used this little soap dispenser. You just fill soap into here. Obviously it's almost gone now, actually, it's almost used it up. But you've got a trigger, different jets, like your everyday garden hose, and at the top here you can adjust how much soap. You've got like small, medium or high, and the amount of water that comes out, or the amount of water that probably mixes in to the soap. And yeah, it's nice, it's good. Just gives you something to use on a garden hose. Here's the last one. This does make it a lot easier using these type of products. You know, it's not an acid, which is nice for the wheels and your skin and clothes and eyes if you get it spraying around. So it does. This type of product works really well. You can just see how purple it's gone to indicate the reaction. Very impressive. I tried just rinsing it off without using the brush, and it does come off, but it's a lot better with a brush. So there we are, done. Pretty good. I mean, it's obviously not the best wash because I'm using one hand, but yeah, it's very good stuff. If you can get it in a good sale price for less than a tenner, bargain. Otherwise, how much have I used? Yeah, it's coming on to probably a good quarter of that I've used, and it's a 500ml, so it goes through pretty quickly. Maybe I was a bit too liberal, but just say use it. Yeah, it's a good result at the end. So obviously I need to go right in the side, in the backs there, but just to show you what it was doing on the fronts. Yeah, it's pretty good. Impressed with that. I'll use it again. End result. So very good product.